My name is Raz from Kathmandu, from Nepal. Um, I was born in the western part of the country. Grew up in Mendes Heaven, an orphanage in Kathmandu. Because Nepalese people are scared of death, are scared of getting old. That's the reason why the topic of death is not brought forward. We didn't talk about that because we don't want to be old, ultimately die. You know, so we are we try to hide from this topic of old age and death. When I get opportunities, I do talk about this thing with my friends. They're like, stop talking about death. I'm like, why? Are you scared? Or do you think it is not true?
The what's not true?
The death. Do you think it is not true? Do you think it will not happen to you? Do you think it will not happen to your people? Is that what you know? Is that why you're not? Why do you want to talk about that? Remember, death is real, as birth is, as marriage is, as relationship is. Death is real. However, it's not the end. There is life after death. If you are not all aging, I mean, people they don't have to be old to die. I understand the fact, but generally, old people die. You know, I might die now or tomorrow, but old age is probably the end phase of our physical life while we are in this earth. So when I talk to my friends and families, I try to talk about death. I try to make this idea their friends. So I tell them, don't talk about death if you think it is not false, if it is not true. If you think it is false, then let's not talk about something nonsense. But if death makes sense, let's talk about it. I've seen when old people die. Like my best friend is a captain in Nepal army, and his father, he was stationed in far western part of the country. His father was 65 years old, very ill, very unhealthy man. He was dying in the hospital, and I could see him as he was. I could see him as a very dependent person. I never ever seen him when he was from the bed. But I shaved his beard. I cut his hair. You know, I was changing his clothes. I was washing him. So then, as I was doing that, I was also thinking, oh God, I wish nobody have to do that to me when I'm old. Means I enjoy tremendous amount of independency right now. I'm independent. I'm not relying upon anybody. Yes, especially I'm relying upon God because He is the one. But physically, you know, I'm just very independent person. I go where I want to go. I eat what I want to eat. I think what I have to think. I'm not motivated. Okay, now I'm just putting God aside for some time. Yes, God is in control, but I'm absolutely free, and I'm independent. You know, I'm not motivated by any fact or any people. You know, so I was thinking, oh man. So I was scared that I would lose this independency one day as I'm growing old. My physical bodies will stop working. You know, I'll need extra hand, walking cane, walking stick, which I don't want. You know, I'll need my grandchildren hold my hands probably. So I think it is spirit of humbling yourself also, just surrendering yourself. So I'm scared of being dependent upon somebody. On the same time, I also feel like that's the time when God wants you to surrender. Now surrender. Now realize that you cannot do it and make it. Now realize that your feet are not helping you. Humble yourself. Let somebody help you. Let your grandchildren help you. Let your wife. And my wife will be old also, but so I'm scared of being dependent upon somebody. Good and bad. Bad in a sense, I have this ego problem. I'm being proud of myself. Good, I'm humbling myself. God is giving me this awesome opportunity to humble, to be gentle, to surrender. I'm letting somebody serve me. Somebody will have opportunity to serve me.